Hey there, beautiful bride. This is Jillian Rosich Kendrick, founder of My Best Wedding and MyWeddingPlanningCourse.com. Today, as always, is Wedding Wednesday, and I'm here taking your questions, your thoughts. Let's get a conversation going. Feel free to share this out to friends, coworkers, family, anybody who would benefit from this and would love to talk to you about some awesome wedding planning ideas. So I'm going to make sure that my iPad has got the video on it as well, because I still really don't trust Facebook Live at the moment. Turn the volume down. We're good to go. All right. So, wedding planning. Wedding planning oftentimes, and really with a lot of different things in life, can be overwhelming, and we very easily get overwhelmed. We very easily get into that overwhelmed state of mind and think, I can't do this, I don't know what to do, I don't know what I'm doing, and it can be really scary, right? So I want to encourage you, and the bit of training that I want to do today is really talking about taking a task and breaking it down into different chunks. So, for example, one of the things that I wanted to do for my wedding was I went on Pinterest and I found a gorgeous wreath that was made out of felt, and it was white and beautiful and very like florally looking. It had all these petals and stuff. I'll have to post a picture of it. And I loved it, but I'm not a super crafty, creative person. So I really wanted to have this wreath, or buy it if I could, but I had to figure out how to make that happen. So I decided in Pinterest I was able to find some directions on how to create this wreath, right? And what I'm trying to say is that when you break down tasks into specific steps, it just makes it so much easier. So step one is, can you buy it or do you have to make it? Figure that out first, right? Step two is, if you can't buy it and you're going to make it, you need instructions on how to do so, or you need to figure out how to do so, right? Step three would then be, I went in the case of the wreath that I wanted to make, I then went to I'm trying to think, it was Hobby Lobby, and I bought this like foam wreath. And step three was then buy all of the felt, the white felt that I needed for the wreath. Step four was buying like some ribbon and other things if I wanted to put flowers or anything like that on it. Step four would have been buying all of that. And really you could break down the buying steps all into one, but I personally like to segment out things like that just so I'm very, very clear on what I need. So then step five was reading through the instructions, and the instructions said to cut out all of these petals into like felt circles, and then you would basically take the circle, fold it in half again so that it was like a pizza shape, and then you would pin all of these felt circles, or these, like, basically they became petals at that point, into the foam wreath core. And then I added the bow and, did all of that. So I want to, again, encourage you that when it comes to wedding planning and when it comes to anything in life, overwhelm is it's a state of mind, and it's a choice that we make to allow ourselves to get overwhelmed. You don't have to go there. You don't have to have that. You can very easily break things down into manageable chunks and be able to accomplish just about anything from there. So welcome to Wedding Wednesday for those joining us. I am Jillian Rosich Kendrick, founder of My Best Wedding and MyWeddingPlanningCourse.com. I'm taking your questions, your thoughts, your ideas, anything that you want to ask for Wedding Wednesday, anything that you need help with in your wedding or in life, ideas that you have. Let's get a conversation started, and feel free to share this out to anybody that will get value from this video as well. Not seeing any questions yet, so let's continue talking about breaking things down into manageable chunks. Really, with the wedding planning, everything you do is in manageable chunks, right? So there's always going to be tasks in wedding planning that lead you to your ultimate goal, which is hosting the wedding, right? Like, you can't just turn around and instantly have a wedding. So you have to break it down into manageable chunks. And the way that you do that is through having some kind of a task list, having some kind of like a to-do list, delegating those things out, accomplishing them yourself, or scheduling really is another big part of that. Something that I love on my iPhone is that I have the iPhone iOS comes with a reminders application, and so whenever I would find something on Pinterest, or I would say, oh, I really want this type of fabric, or I want this for the backs of the chairs, or I want like this type of flower that I just found, I created a reminder board or a reminder list that was specific to my wedding. And then anytime I found something in there that I really liked, I would then add that item to my wedding list inside of my phone. And then it was there. I could carry it around with me. It was, you know, wherever my phone went, it was pretty much wherever I go, and wherever I went, I could have that list with me, so that if I happened to be at Michael's Crafts and I didn't know, you know, what do I need, or oh, while I'm here I could pick up a couple extra things, I could just refer back to that list and say, okay, I know I want, you know, these couple of things, and get them. And it was super easy, and it really helped to keep me organized. Another thing that I like about the reminders list is that it will literally remind you on Tuesday at 3 p.m. to call Bob, if that's what you need to do. So I would constantly set up reminders for myself, like make sure that I email the florist, make sure I email the florist pictures, make sure that I get confirmation from the caterer, make sure, you know, double checking on different things. My final payment is due for the caterer on this day, my final payment for the DJ is due on this day, and so on and so forth. So utilize the tools that you already have, like a phone, like a Google Calendar, like a reminder system. I also run my own business as well, and I have all of my contractors all the time, anytime they're doing like repeated tasks, or they have a task that they're going to do in a couple of days and they don't want to have to remember or write it down on a piece of paper that's going to get lost, I always tell them, create a calendar event in Google Calendars for yourself for, you know, 2-3 days from now, and you'll remind yourself that you need to get whatever accomplished. And it really can be that easy. You're just doing, again, I always talk about doing the preliminary work to set yourself up for success in wedding planning and in life, and this really is no different. Taking that task list, breaking it down, and turning it into not only manageable chunks, but then pieces that become a calendar event, or become a reminder, or become something that you can easily go to and say, okay, I know exactly what I need to do and the day that I need to do it. I mean, every month I even have calendar reminders of when I pay my credit card, when my car payment is due, when my phone bill is due, when, you know, I have calendar reminders not only for the day that it's due, but a week, not even kidding, a week before everything is due, I have a calendar reminder that says, hey, in a week you need to come up with, you know, X number of dollars. And it truly is so helpful to keep me on track. Things that I do, tasks that I do for different clients every single month, I keep a track of them in my Google Calendar and have reminders that in a week this content is due, or in a week this website is due, or in a month, you know, this video is going to be due, or whatever the case may be. And it helps me to stay on track, to know what I need to do to get things done. And the most successful people in life truly accomplish so much in a day, or so much more in a day than what an average person can do, because, not because they're Beyonce, not because they have more time in a day than any normal person does, not because they're Wonder Woman, but literally because they utilize tools, they utilize opportunities to help them, benefit them, aid them, not have to keep things front of mind, because nobody can remember everything, and set themselves up for success by utilizing those tools. So I encourage you to take advantage of your Google Calendar, reminders on your phone, anything that you have, especially if it's like a free software as well. Definitely encourage that to be able to set yourself up for success and have those things at the ready. So I hope you got value from this. If you did, please like, comment, and share below, and I'll see you on the next training.